俺が綺麗どうもそして僕を見て頑張りますあのね Y'all talking time just tick away You ain't clocking hours on the day All that watch is stopping what you claim Dollar crosses real got me name Hoping God just get me out this game
You already know what time it is. Kubera time. Curry gone greatness. You know what it... She been feeding us. Feeding us good. This other side of the story, Baran. What was happening when, Maruna was dealing with his stuff during the wait of time. This has been gold. This has been really good. I've been really enjoying it. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new and hit the bell so you can stay notified. And let's get it. Oh, God. I'm so excited. Ran. You brought me all the way here. Did you use that power again? Mom, I thought you were going to die, so I swam as fast as I could. That's all I did. Then the Sura's nearby. When you use that power, it's hard to suppress the impulse to fight. I ignored them and ran. I was trying to save you, Mom. I wasn't trying to fight. I see. That's why you what? Ran. Always remember that mindset that you had today. Whenever you get the urge to get closer to becoming a Sura, you must recall the things that you want to protect and remain there as a human being. If you do that, I think I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be his ability to stay centered as a human, because right now, because of what he learned about Hanuman with the memory and stuff, maybe this is what will snap him back to being normal. That's very dope. I like this. If you do that, Mom will be very happy. Yes, Mom. We go back to present time. It looks like Ran is unsurified, I think. Yeah, he looks like he's not in Sura form. There's water around him, I believe, or something blue around him. Ha, stop it. A bit earlier than that. This was a situation that could have become dangerous even for you, old man, and you were watching things go south until the very end. You thought I'd be humiliated by that? It's no use. Your perverse method of teaching is now so obvious, old man. Are you back to your senses now? I'm a little confused. Because wasn't did Yaksha turn into the, what? I don't know what's going on. One Last God, story number Curry Gom, season 3, episode 192, The Other Side of the Story 10. I'm so sorry, Neo. So maybe Yaksha just transformed. Maybe he could still certify, just not without his, I don't know. I guess I was confused because I felt like it was Ran, Yaksha, and Hanuman, Grandpa Hanuman, but I thought Ran had things heart and transformed, but I guess Thing could still certify. I think he snapped back into his human form while Yaksha went into his Sura form. Because I'm pretty sure he still went and fought with somebody earlier in this arc, like the first chapter, the other side of the story. So I can't remember it as well as I could. This was the one chapter I believe I read alongside The Weight of Time when I had initially caught up. Anywho, I did horrible things. One has to remember and reflect on one's mistakes, but I was scared and ran from them. I even forgot they even happened. And so I made the same mistake again. Hey, your head is up too... No, Grandpa. Bow down even lower. How dare you try to move from this posture? Oh, Team Rocket's blasted off again. He actually said, Twinkle. Like, get out of here. Fuck you doing? Excuse me. Oh, damn. You must be disappointed that your ancestors a guy like that. No. And anyway, I'm grateful for you calming me down before even more problems came up. No, it was me who drove you into an unwanted fight in the first place. It's my fault for failing to take a situation where your head gets blown off into consideration naturally. I take full responsibility. And rather than me doing well and calming you down, it is all due to you having the nature to control your own mind and feelings. All I did was draw that nature out. Did you not see something quick enough? Okay, so maybe he transformed and able to somehow bring that thing that will calm him down. I saw my late mother. She asked me to remain there as a human being. That must be it. Having a base you can rely on, even in a whirlwind of intense emotions, that is something only possible for living beings who have walked the right path. That line strikes me as a lot more significant as just a you have a good head on your shoulders. You're doing well in life, guy. Because I feel like this could relate to the greatest possible outcome in some degree. I'm not entirely sure, but keep moving. Living beings who stray from this path cannot take care of what is truly precious once they get swept away by their emotions. A prime example for that is Hanuman. Once he starts going berserk, there is no chance of calming him down without beating him within an inch of his life. I have to live a long life to prevent the throne as king from passing on to him one day. Number 3. You, Shuri, Hanuman. So you cannot remember attacking Hanuman at all? I'm sorry, I only remember seeing myself in my childhood, nothing else. Back then I forgot my mistakes and ran away, and now again. No, it's not really wrong to punch Hanuman to some extent, so don't mind it. He said, listen, out of all the things you're talking about, don't feel bad for hitting that motherfucker. He not it. That's funny. It's much more important to reflect on the sins of the past you had forgotten. Did you remember what I said in the city the other day? Yes, I remember something similar. I like that trait of humans. We are creatures who do not change easily, whether we're on the good side or bad side. There are many times where I feel envious toward those creatures who can reflect on their past and change at a fast pace. However, there are also creatures who fall faster into corruption than anyone else if the direction of the change takes a wrong turn. Longing or regret, I can't tell which one is stronger. Why? Are my words too hard to understand? No, it's just a Sura King envying humans. I never thought about such a thing. I understand if you live with relatively weak power in a short lifespan, if you are suffering under those wielding greater power, it is only natural to long to become one of the strong. It's true. But even so, I think he's speaking about himself in some way. I feel like maybe he has a bit of a rags to riches story. Maybe Yaksha was not always meant to be king, because it looks like some of the panels here is like building him up to some degree. Like maybe he was weak and stomped on, and he amassed power and became the king, and realized maybe it wasn't all it was made up to be. But once it's in your grasp, there is nothing. The truly precious things are not here. Power and lifespan are not given at no price. Some time ago, I found myself thinking that what seemed to be the foremost starting line may have actually been the starting line of a previous lap. That's a bar. I like Yaksha. I really like it. Maybe I realized the truth too early amongst the first creatures. That might be why I'm so envious of the humans. The gravest issue of it all is the time I have to live pretending to be ignorant. To be ignorant feels so distant and fleeting. Many times a days I want to end my life. But day by day I have no choice but to persevere while searching for enjoyment in this boring life, be it ever so small. Well, in that sense, how about deepening your student to teacher relationship with me? Now he took the sensei pose now, with the hand behind the back. Wait, actually, was he? I feel like he had his pipe in his hand before. Am I tripping? Sorry, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I feel like, yeah. Well, he has one hand behind his back here, half master stance, but the two hand behind the back, especially if they have like them sleeves, the sleeves like this, and they go, yeah, it's over. It's over. We have to get some training. Regarding your way back, I asked a friend of mine to look into it. So while waiting for news from that friend, how about we train a bit more today? Yaksha! Boom! Hey, Hanuman? Why are you lying there? Anyways, found that Yaksha had the gate for that guy to return. You found it so quickly, I thought it would take 10 years or so with that personality of yours. Aha, it will open in 10 years though. It just snapped closed. That's great. How's that great? Rat's like, listen, I don't have 100,000,560 decades to live. I may be a quarter. I got a little extra, but my family, like, can I go home, please? That's too funny. I love this shit, man. Great. One thing I feel like I don't say enough about Kubera, and maybe I do, but it's so funny. And it's funny without taking away seriousness from the situation. I always appreciate authors, writers, creative teams that could have a joke or a gag in a serious moment, but I don't get tone whiplash. It's like it still fits the moment. I think Oda's also really good at that. I think something I would argue like something like Disney with the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is terrible at that. I get tone whiplash all the time. Now that there is no opportunity to make a choice, you can fully focus on training for 10 years without thinking about it, right? But have you given up on pretending to be a Rakshasa now? Well, it's already seemed like your acting skills wouldn't hold up. Eep. Seeing as an opportunity for the sake of protecting the precious things that are waiting for you in that time, it would be better not to pass up on a good teacher like Yaksha. Alright. Hyperbolic time chamber? We must be in time? How is the experiment going, Startle? Please give me more time, more sounds before appearing, Indra. If you're talking about the fusion experiment, why don't you go ask in person? Why do you always appear to me so you can just meet God to God, when you can just go meet God to God? Because he's the type of guy who doesn't mesh with me, If gods were to brawl for no reason, this place defense system could be shaken. What about the books I asked for before? I finished them, I compiled them together with Agni's betrothed. Without fail, this is sufficient to build a similar defense system in other planetary systems. I see. Well done. Thanks. But why did you tell me to make this many copies? So that it would be preserved in the God's Realm library as a publication. Now, oh yes, that's true. We learned this with Agni and Lilith and whatnot back in the day, but around the time Agni was kind of created. Now then, I'll go to the library and read the rest. You can throw it away. It isn't needed anymore. I almost forgot. Thank you for your effort, my love. No matter what you look like, even when you become a speck of dust of this universe, you are the only one I love the most. Wait a minute. Wait. Yaksha still doesn't have his art. Okay, thank you for that comment, Kurigan. That's interesting to me. But that was a good chapter, so this is going to explain why Iran came back different. You know, that one little moment where they weren't really sure, like back in the present time. It's going to explain a lot of that, which is really good. But this chapter was fantastic, again. I mean, this is a series that I feel like, personally speaking, no, I think that this is a series that it works in every facet, but man, it was just the transition from me having a myriad of chapters to like, here's one every week. It's killing me a little bit. It's killing me, but fantastic chapter. I like it. I want to see some of the training. I'm liking seeing some of the other Suros and whatnot, and getting a better insight into the Yaksha clan as a whole is really good. And I really like their first king, the current king. And maybe we'll learn more about Shuri and start to see, maybe if not the change in Hanuman that would come later on, the seedlings, the groundwork of meeting Rand and Yaksha, who's a good Sura, and that change starting to be implemented. Though we do know during the upheaval and or cataclysm and whatnot, Hanuman had kind of caused some emotional resonance to go wrong with the clan because of whatever situation. We don't know the full extent of it, I believe, in great detail, so I'm not going to judge Hanuman too harshly yet, but Yaksha didn't want Hanuman to become king for a reason. So anyways, thank you guys for listening, thank you guys for watching, and have yourselves a mighty fine day. Man, go.
In my drugs, pour it in my cup, sitting in my darkness with my ghouls, we pouring up. I don't really give a fuck, I don't really have a say. You tell me that I suck, I tell you get up out my face. You got tears in your eyes, looking like a fool.